Well, welcome back to another video on the channel. So as you can see, we are cutting into perfectly good bedsides, and that physically pains me to take a grinder wheel to a perfect bedside. Not perfect, but with this aged patina, honestly, in my opinion, it's better than perfect. So that was pretty nerve-wracking. Actually, when I cut the bed and the service bed portion, I was so nervous I didn't even turn the camera on. I just wanted to get it over with, and it turned out okay. So I videoed the cutting this part. But as you can see, this is just a normal truck bed. This is what would have come from factory. And these, someone had unbolted the fenders and just bolted these on. So honestly, if I wanted to, I could unbolt the service bed, bolt regular fenders back on, and you can see right where they were. It may have a little bit of clearance issues up there with the stock fender, but I think that would be cool if I could find something that would match one of the colors on it, the green or the red or the blue or the rust. It'd be cool to be able to swap from a service bed back to like a wider fender if I just modified a stock one. But I think it's gonna look pretty good. When someone took this off the other truck, they just took a Sawzall to it and literally cut straight down. So that box right there is about a 1x2, and I've got 1x2. And then back here for this cross member is a 2x3, and I've got 2x3 to try to cut this out and weld in a 2x3. And obviously we'll be making a custom floor anyway. So, but these, I've got the bushings and everything, and it matches the cab mount almost perfectly. Get the camera where you can see it, maybe. See, it matches the cab mount. So I'll run the cross member from there. I'll run probably a pretty heavy one right here, and it'll sit on the bushing, and I'm just gonna have to, I don't know, we'll just have to plan as we go. I don't know how this will work out, but I do have 4 of these. There's one back there, and then I actually took the edges off the old flatbed when it was a tow truck. So these things will be pretty nice to actually make a big bumper out of. And then the bumper will probably stick out, I don't know, 8 to 12 inches right here. And it will run, those pieces will run up underneath that. So, yeah, and they'll curve around right here and go in. I think they'll look pretty good. They'll tie it all together really well. So I don't know if I'll bring the bed up 2 more or 3 more inches, but see the fitment right there, and it looks perfect. Yep, let's go get the other bed. We'll trim the other bed side, set it right, kind of mock it up just like that, and just go from there, I guess. Once we get it all in place, we'll start taking measurements and we'll know how wide the bed will be. After I can get the distance between bedside to bedside, we'll probably pull it off and set it right here on the flat concrete, and that way it's sort of flat and square, and we'll start building the main cross members and then put it back up here to do the framework for the tin. A lot of tin work. I would like to make fenders on the inside of here. If I wanted a flat floor that could actually hold anything, I mean, the floor would be way up here, so we'll probably make the floor go down around all that. That way we could put that old air compressor up there. think that would look good. I don't think it's worth my time putting a winch up there unless I had room to run that PTO shaft, put a bunch of brackets and U-joints in it, and we could put the PTO back here, but I just don't know what it would be used for, other than it would be really cool. So, yep, let's start working on the other bedside. Alright, I've got the sides of the old bed. I've got one mocked up just to see what it'll look like. So we'll have to do a little indentation there, go around, and then the receiver and license plate and all that. So I think that'll work out good, though. I may not have it stick out quite that far, but we'll figure that out. I've got the other bedside over here, and I got to pull all these little nuts off, holding the factory bed to the actual service bed. The only problem is I don't have keys. This one is locked, so I'm gonna have to drill it out. One problem about having black tools and a black service truck is it gets so hot you can't touch it in the sun. Unbolt the service bed and bolt on your fenders for the going to town rig on the weekends if you wanted to. I think we'll keep it a service truck though, unless I find some fenders this color. Alright, now that we know where both the bedsides are going to go, we can just set these in there, and we've got some play up and down, so I'm going to go ahead and put a support from the bottom of that over, and we will decide how we're gonna put all this in as we go, because I have no idea. Now that we know the width of the bed, and we know that after we put this in there, so with that on top of the bed, I'll have to do two supports beside each other, and there'll be a bolt going down right in the middle, and then run one along the flange right here in the front and the back to bolt it to, and then somehow tie the front and the back together, or may just make two bed floor slash supports, whatever you want to call it, one for the back and one for the front. I think that's what we'll have to do. But we can tie it into the top back there and the top up here to strengthen it up. So let's probably take the bed sides off and build the whole thing right on the floor. I don't have a fancy table, welding table, so hoping my driveway is pretty flat. It's this is about the best spot on the driveway. So let's make the bracket that will go hold the front of the bed together and go on the mounts in there. Alright, we are back on it after some time off, and I was welding the brackets to put the whole bed together, and I've got to mount the bed mounts in here, but my cheap little welder. Aiden, come over here to the little welder. My cheap Amazon welder I bought about 10 years ago. The fan inside quit working. It's just a $500 welder. So it quit working. So I am without a TIG welder right now, which means I'm gonna have to use this to finish up for now. All right, we've got the bed all bolted together. It may take some more bracing, or I may make it to where I put some bolts down through the bottom. But since we're going to be adding the bumper later on, I didn't really put much thought into that. Just something to secure it, keep it square and steady for now. So the front's all done though. Really like the way that turned out. Since we're putting the metal, the tin piece across the front, or metal on the inside of that, figured I would try to make this look nice. So I've got stainless Allen head bolts all the way down. I think it turned out really good. So after we get the bed on, we will weld the mounts on the outside of the frame and then drill the holes right through those. But we'll space it up about a ½ inch, put some ½ inch boards right there, set the bed on there, and then weld the mounts on, drill, put bolts through, and then we'll be able to take the boards out, and it should look pretty good. So I will see if I can mount it. Alrighty. It's on there. I think it looks pretty good. Of course, the lighting is all weird, so. Push this side forward just a touch. Yep. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's come a long way. It's, like I said, I'll have to jack it up just a little bit and throw some mounts on it, and we will be good to go. So here we have the Vice Grip Garage wipe on clear coat. So I think this is perfect, since obviously I'm not under a shop or I don't have a good place indoor to put this. We've pretty much got the exterior done, and all the finishes aren't going to change. I don't plan on painting this truck. I may put some Peterbilt style mirrors on it or something. Just some chrome mirrors I think would look good with the tires, chrome rims. But other than that, the paint, this is how it's going to stay, other than clear coat. And I will say, I've started sanding on it with just a Brillo, just a green pad, and you can see the color has totally changed, taking off just the wear and tear. And then it smooths out the rust and makes the rust a totally different color. So I'm a little nervous to see what it looks like with clear, because it's going to make it an even darker green. And I love this light green color, but I think it'll protect it and keep the bed and the truck just like it is now. So I'll feel a little bit better about leaving it out here in the rain. Already kind of wore out. So I realized though what I'm sanding is just built up grease and grime from sitting out for years and years and years. I think I'll be better off actually just doing a quick wash on it. And once I wash it, we'll see how much we got to sand after that, but that'll probably save me hours and hours of sanding. Still have to knock all the rust down after I'm done with that, but that'll be a good start. Now, I'm not a professional on body work by any means. Actually, I've never done body work hardly. So, but I am not using automotive wash on this. I'm actually using dish soap. So a lot of the automotive washes I know has wax and stuff in it, so we're not trying to wax it right before we put clear on. Good job, Ted. Let me get these out of the way for you. Yep, it is looking orange. We'll rinse or blow all that off, but you're doing real good, Ted. Just make sure you don't touch the rims and it'll scratch them up, okay? Looking good, Ted. Over here, the paint is actually flaking off, and I'm just trying to take the edges off. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard. Scrape every direction to try to get the sharp edges off. A little rust hole. Good job. See, you can take it. Now all this needs a quick scrape off like that, all down the insides. I actually have an airbrush kit, and this will be the next car we build, Ted. Gonna do a patina paint job on this. I may even pull the frame off and modify the frame. Get this camera to work right. I may modify the frame to tuck some big wheels underneath that. I think this thing would be sweet on air ride. Such a solid car. It's all original. Doors shut like it was brand new. No rust. It's got the 235 in it, so we'll work on that next. Good job, Lena.
Oh, she's doing real good.
Is that fun, hon? Good job. Smooth it all out. You got your pajamas on already?
Yeah.
What pajamas you got?
Huh?
Is it your kitty jams? All right, it is done, and I have to say I'm not 100% happy with it. I had it shaded because I knew that it would be very hot. It's about 72, 75 degrees, but even with it in the shade, it streaked really bad on the rusty spots, and I had it sanded down. You can see I actually sanded almost into bare metal, get all the rust off. So some of it looks really good, and some of it is streaked, and then it comes with a little pad like a sponge, and it actually, the sponge had a bunch of lint and stuff that it got on it. So some of it I'm really happy with, and some of it not so much. So again, I don't really have a spot unless I was to buy one of those mobile paint booths and set it up right here in the driveway. Eventually I'll have a shop, of course, and we could redo spray on clear coat. We could probably sand it down and do some good clear coat then. So at least the patina is protected the way it is right now. I'm gonna Neither of these match. So I took those out before I clear coated them. I'm probably going to paint them an off-white and then do some patina with the airbrush on them. But there it is. So the sponge kind of puts some bubbles into it too. It's hard to keep the bubbles out with a sponge. It might be better to put it on with a brush, but it's so watery, it would be hard to applicate it with a brush. So, yep, there it is.